We are live. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Detroit Belle Isle Street Course here in the DGSRacing.com Indycar Series. I'm Lucas Hoytsma. Joining me tonight is Will Spark. Say hello.
Hi, everybody. How are we?
Oh, they're probably doing terribly after that 87 race, but IndyCar's here to make it better.
I don't know if it went well, but it certainly went.
Oh, looks like Shelly gonna get the wall right there. Gonna reset back to the pits. Check out somebody else. Looks like Hayden Lowe on track. Actually, the sponsor of this broadcast for tonight. So shout out to Hayden for bringing this to everybody.
Hayden was talking earlier about how much of a fan of this track he is, which makes me wonder if he needs to talk to someone, but also makes me think he's probably a good shot tonight.
Yeah, I think he's one of the few racing tonight that actually enjoy this track. I, for one, love to watch it in real life, so it should be pretty fun to watch in the sim.
I'm just ready for the carnage that turns 1 and 2 will bring us.
Hayden absolutely ripping right now. 1:15.5. First lap time in on the board.
Thomas Green comes across and sets a 1:19.8.
Still
Derek
probably going to be
Watkins
a pretty good time. This track is very tough.
With a 26.6, so far Hayden Law is 4 seconds clear.
Not a good start for these boys that aren't Hayden Lowell. Oh, Katsky!
15.32. Hayden has some competition. That Air Force machine is ripping.
That's, I mean, no offense to Mark, but that's a bit of an upset right there. It's a good lap. Bit of a newcomer here in SRL and showing his skills here at Detroit Belle Isle. Haven't seen a surprise like that in qualifying in a while. Cliff Mullins moves up to 4th.
22.4. Scott Elston across the line, and it's a 27.3. That'll put him bottom of the board so far.
Billy, it looks like second lap will count. Third on the board, 1:16.3.
Katsky sets a 14.8.
Wow.
And looks like he's called it a night for qualifying.
Could have saved those tires for the race, I guess. Wow.
Unless he's coming out for one more flyer.
I almost think he might have thought he only had 2 laps right there.
Yeah. Wonder if he'll see it and go out for one more, or if he's done. Looks like he's done. And Montrose crosses the line, but it looks like he must have had some issues. The lap didn't count. Shelley improves to a 15.666. So he's fairly close to Hayden.
Going for lap number 4, and his lap 3 will be 116.3, not improvement, so he's got one more shot, and it's over. Caught the wall trying to push it. He will start second for now. Giglio, 119.2, puts him fourth. Seems like Blake might be getting the handle on this track. What else we got out there? It's like Talmadge looking to put his first lap in.
Ian Montrose hard into the outside wall, so he's still yet to set a lap.
Check that out right here.
Sharon McBride staying in the pits.
Yeah, that's probably a broken wrist right there.
Talmadge taking it nice and slow on this out lap, I say with a question mark attached, because I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's an out lap.
Shelley passes Hayden Lowell with a 15.2. Very good lap for Isaac Shelley right there.
All of a sudden, it looks like we have a pretty exciting one on our hands at the top.
Yeah, you love to see within a second of each other. Oh! Caught the outside
Shelley
wall.
in the outside wall on his fourth lap, so that's where he's going to stay in second with a 15.2.
Seems like once they hit that fourth lap, the front end starts going away from them.
Talmadge coming across the line. Is it to start a lap or end it? It looks like it's to start a lap. So here's the first flyer for Jarrett Talmadge.
Oh, that won't count.
It will not count. He's hit the outside wall. He should just have time to set up one more. Zach McBride is out on track. He's on his out lap. So he should get one flyer as well. Same will go for Ian Montrose. This is his third attempt at getting that one flying lap in.
Cliff Mullins on lap number 4. Just completed it. Looks like a slight improvement.
Goes to a 19.0. And did that jump him ahead of Blake?
It did. Up into 5th, Blake in 6th. Thomas Green looks like got up into 4th. Wes on lap number 4, looking to improve on the 126.6.
Montrose about to start the back sector now. Gets a little loose.
Back end
He
got away
saved
from
it
him.
though. Kept it out of any walls so far. And now here's where he's hit struggle street so far today. Takes it a little easier around that right-hander. Gets a good exit off. He might set a time here. Across the line. That's a 1:18.6. That puts him in the 4th spot.
Last seconds of qualifying, he gets in the top 5. That's going to be huge for his race.
McBride
Talmadge
won't
do
be
the
able to
same.
set a lap. Talmadge looks like the last car that'll set a lap.
Would have had a 117 if his lap would have counted. And it will not. He is done. Very close to the finish. But Mark Katsky going to get the pole here tonight. I think that's the first of the season for him.
Isaac Shelley will start alongside, and we've got an inverse of what we usually see, the inside row on the right.
Be nice, Cliff. No.
Right, we'll run through our grid for tonight's race. Get the cat off the desk. All right, Mark Katsky starting on the pole here tonight at Detroit on his outside, or at left side is Isaac Shelley in second place. Behind them, Hayden Lowell starting third here tonight. Ian Montrose on Hayden's left side in fourth. You got Thomas Green in fifth, alongside Cliff Mullins in sixth. Blake Giglio starting seventh here tonight. Derek Watkins going to start eighth. DG Swiss back there in the I having a brain fart. 10th row. Fifth row.
Ninth spot.
Ninth spot, fifth row. I don't have a brain. Scott Elston alongside him in 10th. Jarrett Thomas starting 11th alongside Jeremy Sherry in 12th. And running out our 13 car field here tonight, Zach McBride in the 88.
We have 25 minutes around the streets of Belle, Detroit, Michigan. Should be a pretty good race. The top three within 7 or 8 tenths of each other in qualifying. And I know Hayden Wall is very much a race pace man, especially in this car. So throw in push to pass as well. Got pretty exciting race in your hands as the pace car pulls away. And we are rolling towards the green here in Detroit.
Here we go. Pace car going to pull off right here. And the green flag is in the air. We're racing here in Detroit.
Patsky with a defensive line. There's someone in the wall in the back.
Oh no.
Check the whole field into one.
There's a huge one in the back by the sounds of things. 3 or 4 cars all got that outside wall at turn 2.
Oh, Blake Giglio goes around in turn 4. Huge pile up. Several cars involved. Montrose missing a wing. Looks like Shelley missing a wing.
And completely unrelated, Hayden Lowell, I think that was, missed the corner entirely.
Good job, good one, Mark.
Oh, it was Isaac Shelley. It was Isaac Shelley.
Yeah, Shelley
Which one
just
of y'all forgot there was
destroyed
a
that
fucking
race car.
burn
Shelley
What's this?
destroyed his race car. Montrose didn't have a wing.
Mullins stopped in turn 6, I think.
Shelley's missing a wheel. Mullins in the outside wall. Thomas Green's gone off.
Oh,
Utter carnage on the opening lap.
a lot of issues for these guys. Green's going to get it back going, but he's going to need a fast repair, it looks like.
Mark
But Mark
Katsky,
Katsky leads the first
he's
lap.
run away untouched.
Like a perfect first
Hayden
lap
Lowell
for that
2
62.
seconds back. But that 56 machine has some bruises.
And Giglio, after the lap 1 incident, actually finds himself in 4th because of all the carnage. He does have one of his front wings right there. But neither does the car behind him, sure. So it looks like those guys are going to try to wait for their pit stop. But let's take a look and see if we can find what happened on that lap 1 incident. Here is turn 1. Oh, man. I will back it up one more time here. Shelley looks like missed the corner. Giglio got in the back of Mullins, broke his wing. Everybody else checking up for the wreck.
There were just so many little incidents all at once, and it's really blown apart this field early on.
One more look at the turn
Thomas
1
Green.
wreck. Turn 3, sorry. Yeah,
Thomas
just a
Green re-enters the field.
kind of a pile up there.
Isaac Shelley the first to go behind the wall and call it a night.
Oh, Scherer in the wall. No front wing on that 15. Left front's broken. West, I think, started from the pits, and he finds himself in a top 5 position right now. A good call from him to start from the pits.
Elio still trotting around without the right front wing.
Oh, somebody stopped right there.
The spinner, it's the slow car Thomas Green in 12th.
And it looks like our first battle per 4 position is brewing right here. Montrose running down the 88 of Zach McBride. Oh, huge send runs right into the back of him.
And they're both in the wall. McBride, he slammed on the brakes almost at the start-finish line, and
Yeah.
I think it caught Montrose completely off guard.
At
He came
first
over the
glance,
radio,
it
said
looked
there was
like-
no need to brake.
Yeah, it looked like Montrose sent it, but I think McBride broke a little too much.
McBride slammed them on, and Montrose was setting up to just right-left flick, like a qualifying lap, and it's a miscommunication. They both ended up in the fence.
Oh, Montrose's car is destroyed. Just trying to make it back to the pits. Katsky actually just went by, along with Hayden Lowell.
And that gap has gone out by another 1.5 seconds. There's the stricken car of Zach McBride on the side that his Hayden Lowell goes past it.
Oh, caught the curb right there.
Jarrett Talmadge, relatively unscathed as he puts around in 3rd. McBride's in the wall again.
Looks like Thomas Green, Jeremy Scherer, Isaac Shelley, and Cliff Mullins all out of this race now.
And I'd imagine McBride and Montrose might not be far behind. So we're down to a field of 7 cars early on.
Just bringing it down pit road, followed by McBride. We'll give the leader some more airtime here.
Hayden Lowell's brought that gap down to 2.5. He's got a second in the last lap. This race might not be over.
Definitely not. Still over 17 minutes remaining. 15 laps to go. Yes, I mean, it's just mesmerizing watching these laps. running so close to the walls, getting every bit of speed out of that car.
Driving it like clockwork. Hayden Wall's having one hell of a night. He's already done one stint over on the mountain, the Bathurst 12 hour. Come to do this race, and then he'll be back at least with that team, if not straight back in that car. Running with DG Swiss and John Garrett today.
Yeah, pretty impressive to run that tough track over in Mount Panorama and then come over here and learn a completely new track. In a new car, on top of that.
It sounds like for Hayden that hasn't been much of an issue.
That's a little bit right there, that's scary. These cars do not like grass, for anybody that knows what I'm referring to. I may or may not have wrecked myself out of an Indy 500 because I drove in the grass under caution. But we don't talk about that. Hayden keeping that gap pretty stable right there. Still just over 2 seconds behind Katsuki. Going board with Katsuki for a lap here. I kind of want to learn this track from his point of view. Probably see pit stops commencing here very soon. This is interesting. I do actually have data for push to passes remaining, and every driver has all of their push to passes left, all 10 of them except for Hayden Lowell, who has 9. So they're all saving them for the end, as they should.
Katsuki's just using up all the available space on the racetrack. You can see marks in the grass where he dips the tires there sometimes. And just
Tire
rushing
dipping.
every inside curb.
Like we got a lap car up here with a broken wing. That's always scary. Let's see who that was.
Wait, Giglio.
Oh,
The rear wing's gone. Was that always the case?
it was not. I think that recently happened.
Oh, that very recently happened, not a couple of corners ago. On the left-hander, Giglio loses the back end, backs it into the wall.
Oh, yep. So that's going to be a early pit stop for Blake there. Shouldn't hurt him too bad as long as he can keep his speed up
Wait,
right
your rear
here.
wing's not attached.
Hayden Lowell dives into pit road. Mark Katsuki has stayed out. As has Jarrett Talmadge. So Hayden Law going to go try for the undercut.
Blake gets out in a timely manner. Not going to lose too much time there. When Kasky decides to come down, I'm assuming this time by. We just hit halfway in the race.
You'd have to think on a concrete track. It's 32 degrees Celsius, so you'd imagine the degradation would be fairly high, but we are just over halfway through the race, so you'd think he'd be coming down now. He is coming down now, so keep an eye on Hayden Lowell. First of all, keep an eye on Jarrett Talmadge, because he is still out on the track and in the second position right now. Couple of corners now. Does he make the decision? No, he stays out, so he will assume the lead of the race, but he has not hit. Hayden Lowell will come by. Mark Katsky drops. Hayden Lowell rounds turn 1.
And he gets by him.
And takes the net lead of this race.
The tires mattered that much, and if they really matter that much, I think we see Mark make quick work of Hayden right here.
I wonder what Hayden has in him in the way of a defense.
It is definitely tough to pass here. I mean, street courses as a whole, there's not many passing opportunities. Detroit definitely has a lot more to offer than most. Hayden, I see how he did it. He used 3 more push-to-passes on that lap that Mark pit. So right after he came out of the pits, Hayden was using those push-to-passes to jump Mark Katsky, and it definitely worked. That was a pretty good move, I would say, at the moment. But now he's got to remember that that 62 machine has 4 more push-to-passes available to him the rest of this race.
Talmadge still in the box. He is pitting, so he drops now, so he will rejoin into 4th. Blake Giglio, it looks like might have taken back, or is he a lap down?
Giglio is a lap down. Top 3 are in their own little world.
Jarrett Talmadge will take 3rd.
Two-man battle for the win of this race, and I gotta say the 56 kind of looks like he's driving away at the moment. Katsky used the push-to-pass on that straightaway, so he might be getting a little scared here. That push-to-pass usage tells me that he is not planning on this gap growing.
9/10 of a second at the line last time by. Coming through the final sector.
Caught the apron curving right there.
The gap out to 1.3 at the line.
Katsky did not have a good second half of that lap right there. He's got a lot of work ahead of him if he wants to get back up to Hayden. If this holds Hayden with the move of the race, petting that 1 lap earlier and using those push-to-passes, but it's got to hold up. These two both just setting fast lap times for their race right now. And I think now that they're pushing so hard, they know it's going to end soon. You know, whoever gets out in front now is probably going to have the advantage toward the end. They are both pushing hard. This is where mistakes going to happen. One of them is going to push it a little too hard on a corner exit, jump into the wall. Only 1 second there at the line. Hayden Wall. They're chasing each other through Belle Isle.
He has that gap down to 1.1, so he's clawing back ever so slowly.
Made up a ton of time in that corner, another 0.2 of a second. Another 0.2 right there. Those were really good corners there for Katsky. What a battle.
It's gonna go right down to that last lap, I feel. Down to 0.4 of a line. Hayden looked to make a little wiggle there, a little mistake, potentially.
They're so close to each other, I can use one camera again.
Katsky right to the wall. Under braking, he scraped along it pretty much with those tires. And he runs a lot of tighter line around the fountain than Hayden does. These two are pushing 100%. With
Lap
4 minutes to go
will play a
across the
factor.
line. Lap traffic. Zach McBride, I believe that is. Causing a huge headache for Hayden Lowell. Katsky had a look.
Push to passes are draining, both of them in use. For this next straightaway, we'll see them both use the push to pass. Katsky on it. Hayden gonna save his 4 lefts. Katsky made up a ton of time with that push to pass, got
Katsky
loose!
is way loose, and he saved it.
Great save, gonna keep him in this race.
It looked for half a second that was curtains for Mark Katsky.
At the line, 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go.
I'd say this would be 3 laps to go. It's Hayden's turn to look up. Right front. Wasn't spinning as he took that right hand up.
You can see the push to pass right there, both of them on it. It's go time. They've had a car stopped up ahead. Looks like they're clear of the racetrack. Oh, big run! Close right to the rear end of Hayden Lowell. Oh, Katsky caught the wall. Hopefully the car's okay. Hayden only 3 push-to-passes left in the tank. Katsky with 5. Mark Katsky dominated the first half of this race. 2 laps to go right now, and he's still trying to get back into that lead. Push-to-passes for both of them again. Hayden's down to 2 after this. And I think every straightaway from here on out, Katsky's going to be using that push-to-pass.
Did Hayden tap the outside wall there?
Sure looked like it.
I believe this is the white flag.
It is the white flag. Both of them on the push to pass. Hayden with 1 remaining.
Katsky out of look.
He's got 1 more
Compromises
straightaway.
run off the corner. Hayden pulls away.
Katsky's got only a
taps
few
the
more
wall as
passing
well.
opportunities left. The move is now or never. This main straightaway is going to have to close up. Hayden uses his last push to pass. All he's got left is his speed after this straightaway.
Katsky got up close on the brakes.
Huge send for
He
Mark
goes
Katsky.
Through the fountain, he runs a tighter line.
Oh, he
He
caught
climbs
the
the
curb.
curb. He might have blown his chance.
Through the final turn, Hayden Lowell holds on.
What a race.
Good
Wow.
race, Mark. That was really. That was
Insane
really good.
battles. Props to both
Bro,
of
I'm
them.
just so mad that you fucking got out of me, like in front of me, from the pit stop. I thought I was so clear, and I'm just so mad at myself because I messed it up. If I didn't get too far ahead of my box, I think I would have cleared you. Fuck, bro, I was so close. It was
I
literally
am
so
hearing-
close. That was a good race.
Over the radio that Mark Katsky was too far forward in his box at his pit stop.
That would make sense. Oh man, that is a heartbreaker. He was so fast. But those two had an insane battle. That was fun to watch. Talmadge takes it home 3rd. DG Swiss is going to take it home in 4th. And Derek Watkins in 5th. Dead. Scott Elston looks like should bring it home in 6th.
Giglio's in the garage in 7th. Zach McBride's on the track, but it doesn't look like he'll make the checkered flag the way things are going. Oh, he's rounding those last couple of corners.
Elston across the line for
He's got
6th.
3 wheels on his wagon. But Zach McBride is going to
Thank you
finish
very
this
much,
race, everybody.
Hey, props to him. He stayed out. He made up a bunch of
Saving us
spots.
Trying to slow you down.
Got himself up to 8th, and he's dead as well.
Just don't ask Cliff what I said.
All right.
10-4. Cliff.
What a race.
We got
Bad
Garrett
day.
Tom.
No,
In
you
the
were like
waiting room?
too far ahead to slow down, but like too.
After the way
close
that race
to not,
started, I thought we were in for a
like,
snoozer,
get in
but
my
those two
way.
made it
was
so
just a
exciting.
bad set of circumstances.
Oh, yeah.
I think we both maneuvered fairly well.
Regardless
One of the
if
best
outcome
runs
was
to the
racing
finish
with you, that was
so far this
quite
season.
intense. I have not raced like that in a while with someone, so I really did appreciate it.
These IndyCars, bar the Michigan race,
That
have put on a show every week so
Which
far.
will put me ahead of Mikey.
Anybody out there watching is not in this yet, get
Yeah,
in
he
here.
retired. He's
These
a
cars are
full-time
so much
Buffalo.
fun. Next week we'll be at Iowa, so sure to come out for that one. But Hayden Lowell burning it down in the front stretch. NASCAR style. Jarrett Tallmadge, third place finisher. Hey Jarrett, it's Lucas and Will in the booth. You got us?
Yes. Hello.
Hey man, well you brought it home in third tonight. Pretty eventful race there for you and everybody else, but able to get yourself a podium finish. How was Detroit?
Bumpy. Very bumpy. Yeah, I'll take a podium considering I got the track with 20 minutes left in the session. So.
That's not bad. You definitely drove a pretty good race for having 10, 15 minutes of practice.
Yeah, I literally could not do a qualifying lap to save my life. I managed to wreck 7 times in qualifying and somehow didn't wreck once in the race.
That is very impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you where that came from.
Guess you're may have to race some more at Detroit. You got the gift.
Clearly.
Well, you got any other questions for him?
Not really. You ran a pretty smooth race, I think. A pretty quiet one, but a pretty smooth one. I don't think you got caught up in anything from what I saw. You're just kind of putting around there and staying out of trouble, and it's ended up with you on the podium.
Yeah, I think the closest thing I got to an incident would be lap 1 and then drifting through the double left-hander in sector 3. So, pretty good.
Yeah, definitely not a bad race for you, man. Well, you got anybody you want to shout out there for the nice run tonight?
Yeah, shout out you guys put on the brackets, everybody that does the league, and my teammates who unfortunately did not have a good run, Ike and Thomas.
Oh, absolutely, man. Well, thanks for talking to us. Congrats on the third again. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
That was Jarrett Tallmadge, third place finisher. Now we'll bring in Mark Katsky, second place. Mark, it's Lucas and Will in the booth. You got us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you were so close. Dominated the first half of the race, and just a little bobble on the pit stop. Hayden jumped you by not more than a car length, and you just could not get around in the rest of the race. What was it like for you, man?
It was close. It was intense. I knew I was going to be battling Hayden for sure. So I tried to put on as best as I could. My in lap I felt was pretty quick, but I think that like 2 to 2 seconds of like fumbling to get the car into the actual spot was probably the end. I think if I got ahead of Hayden, I probably could have stayed ahead. Just knowing at the end how much push to pass she actually was using a lot, I saved quite a lot because I believed in my pace, which is fine. But I just got stuck behind him. Detroit's just very difficult to pass in my opinion, so Hayden put the car right where he needed to, and it was just perfect from him.
Yeah, we saw you both. I mean, that when you pit, he was using push to pass almost the entire lap. I think he knew exactly what he needed to do there, and then, like you said, it's a street course. They're tough to pass, and you just
especially
did not have it open.
with Belle Isle, it's just so bumpy. Like you need to keep the car in the right spot, and if you don't, and you're gonna run off. Like the next road course being Coda, it's just a lot bigger, and I think then there's more room to actually pass at multiple places. I think, as you said, just a street course is gonna be.
Definitely, yeah. These are commuter roads you're driving on here, so it's definitely not made for race cars. But it looked like a ton of fun out there tonight. You drove a heck of a race, man. But you want to thank anybody for the run tonight?
Gotta appreciate everyone at Artemis, even though I own it. Everyone there is such an amazing person and human being. Shout out to Hayden. If it wasn't for him, it wouldn't have been exciting. So, you always gotta shout out your competitors that you fiercely compete with, but at the end of the day, can respect.
Well, you two, thankfully you both were out there tonight. You gave a good show in a otherwise pretty snoozy race.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for talking to us, man. Congrats on the second, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Hey, that was Mark Katsky, and now we'll get a word with winner, the one and only Hayden Lowell. Let's see if I can get his car in frame here. Oh, it doesn't wanna. Okay. Where's he at? Oh, there he is! Hayden, it's Will, and Luke, and me in the booth. You got us?
Will? What?
What a race!
Hola.
Will's here?
Yeah.
I am here. Remember
Well,
that bit
well-
about me getting suspended?
No? What did I miss? Hang on a moment. What?
I might have sent another car at the conclusion of the night's events last week.
Oh, look at that. You were suspended. Oh, I didn't even see that. Well, Will, it's cool to see you in the booth. Unfortunate the circumstances. Anyway, I feel like I'm here for a reason.
I don't know.
Hi,
Watching this race,
what's going on?
I'm considering myself pretty fortunate to not have had to endure that, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. Lap 1 was pretty chaotic.
Interesting, yeah.
It was eventful.
Yeah, there we go. Eventful. That's a good word.
It was a weird wreck too. It seemed like everybody just kind of didn't know what everybody else was doing and just drove straight. But you made it through and
No,
had a
I
heck of a pit
didn't.
stop.
No,
Oh,
I
you
didn't make it. No, I did not make it through lap 1. Very, very clean.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a wounded race car for majority
Yeah.
of this race.
That's why I pitted early. If I'm not sure if it's still on the broadcast or not. I think I'm a little delayed. But my right front wing was very crinkled up from Isaac Shelley went through turn 2 and checked up real hard. I was in a weird spot of kind of on the outside but kind of behind. And when Isaac checked up, I wasn't ready for it, and we both kind of went up into the wall on the right in turn 2, like you saw me do in qualifying. And I was driving a very wounded race car from that point on. It would not go through the high speed corners. 1 and 2 was terrible. Pit early to take the faster pair and get tires. And I guess I undercut Mark by doing it. I didn't think I would make that big of an undercut. But I got the lead and drove like hell.
Yeah, you definitely did. I don't think I saw one mistake there from you in that second half of the race.
Then
Mark
you
was
weren't
trying
looking very
everything.
with all due
Yeah.
respect, you weren't looking very hard then.
I mean,
They were a couple of little.
The back
You didn't put it hard in the wall. That's all we can ask for.
fair. Okay, I did not do that, but the back end of that car was all over the place through the bumps, and I would get
Oh,
on the
yeah.
throttle out of some places, and it would be squirrely. I pinched off that hairpin like out of that little infield section. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is that? Turn 8. Turn 8. I messed up quite a few times. But I mean, I won, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, is that your first one in the IndyCars?
No, I won Laguna Seca.
Right. Yeah, so you've
The
swept
road course
courses.
merchant.
I've swept the road courses so far. Yes. That moves me to, I don't know if it's 53 or 52 wins in SRL, which passes me with Michael. English is hard. Look.
Ties you with Michael? Is that the word you're looking for?
No, it puts me ahead of Michael.
Oh, so you passed Michael. That's what
So
you're after.
I broke the tie with Michael. Yes.
So you're now
53 total wins
third.
now.
You're not third in all-time wins.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not catching the 2 in front of me anytime soon.
Does that mean you're gonna stop counting every week then?
Yes, that means I don't care about the number anymore. I passed Michael. I can put the you know what? This isn't Swiss. I won't say that phrase, but I can put something Michael's been 3D printing in his 3D printed plates now.
Oh. Okay, on that note, you got anybody you want to thank for the race tonight?
Want to what?
Anybody want to thank, for the
it's
tremendous run?
It sounded like you said I did not hear thank. Look, it's been a
You
long
didn't
night.
hear thank?
No. It's been
Let's wrap this up.
I don't want to know what you
Let's wrap this up,
thought I
guys.
said.
It's been a long night. I'm pretty sure I don't even know if our Bathurst car is wrecked yet or not.
I can go check for you if you want.
I'd rather find out myself, I think.
Okay.
I don't need the filter. I need a filter. I don't need you as a filter. Would like to thank Napa Auto Parts, Arc Music, C2X, and Madigan Motorsports. Would like to thank you, Lucas, for putting on this broadcast last, I wouldn't say last second, but something maybe you didn't totally plan on at the start of the day. Would like to thank all of the other sponsors over at SRL. Would like to thank all of the admins at SRL for making all of our leagues work and getting them all broadcasted.
Heck yeah. Well, I got to thank you for bringing us this broadcast. It was a tremendous finish. It would have been a shame if that wouldn't have been broadcasted. So glad it was. Nice job to you on the win, man. And we'll see you next week, I guess.
What is next week? Is next week
It would be
Iowa?
Iowa.
Ooh, I might have to show up for that.
If I remember correctly, it is very fun in these cars, so I would definitely
It's
show
it's
up.
the only IndyCar race I've ever been to was Iowa 2 last year. So, you know what? Yeah, Yeah, I'll be there. You'll see me there.
Awesome. Maybe you can get an oval win too for once.
No, I'll wreck. I will wreck.
Okay. All right, man. Well, we'll let you,
You
get
and
back
everybody
to
else.
Bathurst.
This
Good
is true.
luck.
I'm gonna need it. I need a Red Bull.
I moved myself. All
The
right,
wheels are coming off.
What do you say we wrap this thing up? Because clearly I need some sleep.
Please.
Got any closing remarks there, William?
It was a pretty good race. I'm looking forward to getting back in the driver's seat, though, to a track I enjoy, an oval that I enjoy ovals. Full stop in these cars. They're all awesome. I don't know what everybody complains about, to be frank. Yeah, looking forward to next week. It'll be a fun race. This one was really cool to watch, and I'm glad I was watching it rather than participating.
Absolutely. I think I can join you in that. It looked like a ton of fun if you knew what you were doing, but I do not know this track, so looks a little tough
Exactly.
there. Well, hopefully you don't get suspended next week. But you're pretty good up here, so maybe that'd be a.
I try my best.
All right, thank you for watching. I'm Lucas Hoitzman. Joining me tonight was Will Spark, and one of us will see you next week for Iowa.
Bye-bye.